Okay, this is Rudy Waltz. This is, I know the last video I said this is going to be the last, that was the last video for the Divine Union Experience, involving the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, uniting to do the Yoni Lingam, the sacred thing, why we're all here, Cosmos, the Big Bang, right? That's what it's all about. Here we go. But it's very difficult here on Earth for men and women working out their differences right now, because this divine union also causes a lot of friction, even though we're magnetized to one another. I was magnetized to a woman recently. It was love. I was following her light. I was just entranced. Kind of a dangler fish, though, type of situation where the dangler fish has the light. It's that fish with the light, and then it leads its prey into the real deep, dark waters, which is her home base, and not a safe place for this other fish. And then you see what it really, this monstrous, kind of like very scary situation. I'm not saying that this person was like, but I'm just saying that is love. That it is scary. Like, what happened? What was the light part was good, but whoa, So I skedaddled out of there, and that's something you have to do, because you have to know, young man. So this is what's happening. All these young men, incels, you call them whatever. I call them Lost Boys, and I'm Peter Pan. I'm here to help you out, Lost Boys. That's what we're going to do here at the Divine Union Experience, and that's what we're doing, right? So what I need you to know is that women are beguiling, all right? They're very beautiful and mesmerizing, but it's like a roller coaster, and you're going on a roller coaster. So you want to get on the merry-go-round. We're going to talk about that later. That's a good relationship. Nothing crazy, just on a merry-go-round, do. Some men and women get there together, and when I say men and women, this could be two men, this could be two women, either male, feminine, and both, but you should maybe both of you are balanced. And you're in who's the man, who's the woman? It changes. It's interchangeable. Okay. Anyways, this is the message to young men and women. But young men, the women are something else. But let's be kind. But is there any better vision than when a woman's rear? I mean, come on. Beautiful. Look, I love nature. I like to look at trees and birds. But even the sunset at the ocean doesn't have anything on when a woman's ass is high up in there and just dripping with goo, and it's just glorious, right? So that's why we all work on ourselves as men. Well, we're providers. We always had to provide. But now they're asking us also to become introverted, align with our divine feminines, become introverted, become better people on the inside too, and that matters. Character matters. It's not just all about your bitching car or the money you're bringing. It's about that too. You better believe, but. It's about both. So I'm more on the other Peter Pan kind of side, the magical, mystical kind of stuff. I haven't got a pot to piss on. I'm still working on that. Still working on aligning my stuff. But, that's something I think you need to know, is that, yes, you're going to be tested and challenged. Be ready for it. Don't, the guys on Reddit, really icky, getting really messy here, saying terrible things about women. Step in your confidence, okay? You just have to deal with it. It's worth it. Okay, because again, well, all right. So we're going to do a lot of healing. We're reaching out to the incels. Okay, you're not incels. You're the Lost Boys. All right, and the lost shall be found. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about something that comes up a lot: trust. Okay, love is a game of trust, and a lot of times we fail at it because a lot of us are wounded, and that's how wounded hearts do. In life, they cheat. It's not right, but it is what happens quite often. Now, if I were with a cheating woman, then I think, make her candlelit dinner, okay? For when she comes home after a hard day's work, and maybe it was my fault. Maybe I wasn't giving her what she needed. So I'm pulling out the chair for her, and I get the candles all lit, and I'm pouring her wine, and I'm like, I hope the chicken Alfredo's okay tonight, honey. I worked really hard on it, and after we're eating for a while, I'll let her know I know about her and David at the Holiday Inn last Wednesday, and then after I'll offer some more sauce, because I can see she's not enjoying the meal because it's really tough and stringy, and it kind of smells bad. And I'll say, sorry, the chicken is so foul, honey. The chicken was really old, And, matter of fact, it was 47 years old. And the chicken's name was David. That's right, bitch. We're eating David. Right? So, okay, bring it down, Rudy. Okay, that's too much. That's getting crazy. You want to chop people up and eat them. I'm not saying to do that, okay? But here's something more reasonable and pragmatic. If I was a woman, and I know I know she's a cheater type, so make it work for you, right? Each time she cheats, she has to buy you a high-end call girl, right? So that's fine. Okay, you want that now, girl? Fork over some money, because Rudy's going to go get himself some trim, right? And that helps me feel better about it. Now let's talk about some positive role models, because we're talking about negatives here. Let's talk about some positive role models for men. Now, I like music, so a lot of singer-songwriters I kind of looked up to. Dylan, great songwriter. Maybe not the person you admire so much. And then there's much worse. Marilyn Manson, P. Diddy. You hear about all this kind of stuff. You didn't hear about that with Dylan. But it gets worse. Mick Jagger, pretty appalling. But there is this guy right here, King of Kings, Tom Waits, the man, right? And I figured, his woman is so grateful sitting at home going, I'm with my honey. Tom Waits, the greatest singer-songwriter. He's a good man, and I'm just his good little woman. No, guess what I heard on the QT? She had him living in the shed in the back. He built this out. He would brick it with his hard work. And he's living in the shed because she says, you're not coming back in the house until you quit drinking. Well, he takes a while. Could have seen that coming, but he takes a while, and he's out there he's coming through the dog door. That song, Dog Door, that was about him. I thought it was about his listeners, like me, the losers. We're of course going through the dog door. What other door do we have to go into? Clearly we're going through the dog door. But Tom Waits, the man of man, is going through the dog door because a woman said, "That's right, honey, you stay out the shed." And he's out the shed. He obeyed. But you know what? He quit drinking. She got him to quit drinking. And then he wrote, "Come on up to the house." That's about that. He got to come on back up to his own house. Now, you could also just stay in the shed, which is probably what I would do. I mean, man cave, I'm drinking, and she's just there for entertainment purposes only, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that is it. I think, I've said my piece. I'd like to hear more from other people, other men, other women, other non-binaries, people who are like, I related with everything you said because I'm non-binary. That's why I love Rudy Wall so much. I'm non-binary, and he's talking to the men and the women, and I think he's the greatest. I can hear that. That's it. Okay, ciao. We're gonna do some. Guess what we got coming up next? My next focus is going to be even more controversial. So look forward to that, and namaste.